How many of you have been to Amsterdam? One. Well, when you hop off the train in Amsterdam, you walk out and you realize that you have these beautiful homes on all sides of you. I mean, they're behind you, in front of you, they line the streets. They're almost like the San Francisco homes that are really thin and tall and just beautiful buildings. Then you notice that some of them, they're all attached to each other. All the individual buildings kiss each other. So you notice that there are some that are leaning ever so slightly. And you think, why in the world are those buildings leaning? Like, what did they actually, were they built leaning? Because if you have a leaning building, it's really awkward. Like, that's weird. Well, I had to ask, what happened? And they said, well, actually, this was all water. Everything here was water. But what they did was they pulled sand up out of the water, out of the sea, and they brought the sand where they needed it to be. And then they put it back in right where they needed it to be. They built up the land, and then they built on the sand that they had put there. And now the homes are leaning and pushing other homes over. But inside of those homes, they either have to take the entire home apart, they have to tear everything out in the home, every single apartment that's in this building, every single anything that's in this building, they have to tear it out from the ceiling all the way down to the absolute foundation of it and redo it. Or everybody just lives sideways. Either one. It's because the foundation wasn't really strong. The foundation wasn't there. My kids the other day, they had lunch boxes and they had their sandwich boxes and then they had these little containers that had food in them. Well, they were stacking the food up and then putting the lunchbox. So it was like container, 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 and this weird, funky lunchbox teetering on top. But the foundation wasn't there. The foundation wasn't strong. When you take a look at the things that you have going on, if there is a weak point in there, take a look at the foundation. Take a look at what you are sitting on. What is your project sitting on? What is the moment sitting on? Is it strong or is your foundation weak? And if it's weak, what can you do to reinforce it, to make it stronger? What's that little tiny thing? Is it a conversation? Is it a worksheet? Is it learning a new skill? What is it that makes that foundation stronger?